And after all, welcome to Life with Paulette. Happy Wednesday, guys. You know, it's the middle of the week, like they always say, and how else to start your day off but by a little praise, a bit of it, just so you guys can listen in for 2 seconds. But yes, it's a quick one today. Y'all know today on Wednesday, halfway through the week, I call it my Wednesday madness because we had Monday madness. But today, I must tell you guys, update in regards to Monday and today as Wednesday was definitely totally opposite, guys. Great day. But I wanted to come on because I just want to make sure that everybody is doing their health checks, because today I just had my appointment. You know, as ladies, we have to go through all these different little checks. You know, the check engines need to be checked, and sometimes we take for granted, especially if you do have insurance. And even if you don't have insurance, I think there's options for you to still go in there and do your yearly check, meaning your full health check is definitely a must, especially if you guys are over the age of 30 or even before. You need to get your yearly health checks going, because you never know when something is going to start growing on you, and you may need to do some quick little, deflect here and there and adjustments. So sometimes we take for granted because we're feeling healthy, or we're feeling like, everything is going good to go. We do not need any checks right now. And all of a sudden they come to you and tell you you're at stage 2, stage 1, stage 3, wherever stage that you may be at. Like I told you guys, the beginning of this year, I had a total of probably 3 individuals that I know that's currently on stage 4. They're still pushing through life. They're still getting out there. But sometimes, we take for granted our health, and I think we need to start taking more cautions and more little baby step towards those yearly checkups, or those monthly checkups, or those every 6 months type of checkups, because as you get older, your body is also aging, and the needs is definitely increasing. My mom was laughing the other day. She was like, growing up, I used to eat a lot of seafood and nothing happened to me. And then all of a sudden now, at the age, after my 60s, all of a sudden, the moment I eat me some shrimps, or I eat me some, any type of seafood, she said I'm allergic to it. She either get breakouts, she get joint pains, and she no longer can eat it. So as you get older, your body is going to start neglecting the things that you're normally used to, and you're going to have to start creating different options, healthier options, hopefully, so that way you'll be able to give your body a little bit longevity, because it's getting older and it's decaying. Our body decay on a daily basis. Okay, so hopefully you guys are making sure that you're getting your health checks, your weekly, your monthly, your yearly health checks, especially us women, because we never know what's growing in there, okay? And you all ladies already know all the different parts. And not only ladies, the guys too. Y'all make sure that you go and cough to make sure that you guys are good to go as well, because you just never know. Like today, I went in there, the doctor was like, is everything okay? How you feeling? I was like, it's uncomfortable. I don't think as a woman you ever get comfortable with that health check. It's just always uncomfortable. It's like, awkward, but it's needed. So once you hit a certain age, if you had all of your jobs done and you have never received you've never received any negative results, then it goes every 5 years, so fingers crossed. I've never received a negative result. I mean, and I'm 35-ish plus, and then some with extra experience. However, though, I've never received a negative result in all my life. And when the doctor looked through my record, she was like, well, everything should be good to go. I said, but you never know, the devil be working hard, just want to get you in that position where you're scared or feeling uncomfortable. But I went into the office, I felt uncomfortable, but I did not worry so much about what results going to be, because what will be will be. The future is not ours to see. Que sera, que sera. The good thing is, because you're doing your checks, because you're checking on your scenarios, you can catch things more faster than when you just be in la la land and just thinking that everything is going to just adjust and fix itself. So that's where I'm at, guys, when it comes to that. I highly recommend you guys go ahead, especially to my girls out there, my sisters, go get your health check. We normally, from the head to the toe, we need to go and get our health check on a yearly basis, because you never know when something happens, or you could have catch something before it had get out of hand. So go ahead. Advice to you all today, tip for the day: get your health check, schedule it in if you have not yet scheduled it in. And also for my brothers out there, go get your health check, guys. You never know what's going on. I know most people, it's like, I'm feeling good, if I don't feel like nothing is wrong with me, and then all of a sudden something is wrong with you. Hello, Sister Abram. How are you, sis? Thank you for coming into Life with Paulette. Today we are just catching up, on making sure that everybody is checking in on their health. I know tomorrow is our health and fitness conversation, but today I had my doctor's appointment and I needed to go and do my health check. And as a woman, we have so many different parts that we have to go and get checked, but as a man also, you have to check yourself, because you never know what's going on. So go ahead, guys, and cough and get it over with, and you guys gonna be just fine, but it's good to go and make sure that you're doing your wellness checks and you're getting your health together, because life is going to be life, and it's best to catch the handle on it before it get out of hand. Okay, so that will be my little conversation for today. I did start it off on my gig work today, and I did Walmart Spark. I guess Walmart Spark was down for 2 days, so all of the orders, guys, was backed up for 2 days. So yesterday was one of the most high intense days for me on Walmart Spark. It reminded me of the holidays, where you're receiving orders back to back to back to back. I did a little bit of the DoorDash, but I was not on DoorDash fully, just because DoorDash right now is going through whatever little dark space that they're going through. And I can just tell you one thing: I honestly do not know what their executive head is thinking. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know, because they're offering you such lowball orders that it's not even worth it spending your gas. And kudos to all of you guys that's still driving around in your gas cars. Hello, Brother T Wood. Hope all is well with you. Welcome into the house. Yes, you better come on in here. Life of Paulette. So I was just mentioning, how's your gig work coming? Hope all is well with you with the gig economy, because right now DoorDash, like I say, they're doing a whole lot. They're doing too much for me. And I just feel like a lot of times when you're out there and you're willing to work, people just tend to forget that this is like a luxury item. When you're ordering off these gig apps, it's a luxury item. It's where you do not want to go. You want somebody else to do it for you, but then yet you're lowballing on tips, or you're throttling your tips, which is disrespectful, because sometimes people go in storms to make sure they can feed their families or catch up on whatever is going on. So a lot of times, like right now, today, bad weather is coming. The bad weather is basically is coming, and people are still out working, because I'm one of them. I'm still out here working. I'm still working on going where I have to go and getting my orders in here and there. But at the end of the day, guys, make sure that you're mindful. If the weather is changed, if it's snowing, if it's tornadoes out, any type of watch, and you order food, give a little extra dollar. Don't just, me and my sister, we were laughing the other day because I said, oh my gosh, I went through the rain for a little McDonald order for somebody, and they give me $1 tip. Now I know I should be grateful for whatever little tip that they give, but $1 tip, you mean to tell me that was all on your little account? Not even $2, $1? And I said, oh my gosh, you should have went out and get your own little hamburger. They should have all do it themselves. Sister Abraham, oh, you had a lovely day. I'm so happy you had a lovely day, sis. Right now we are back on weather warnings here in Hawaii. The rain is about to hit us. It's already started from yesterday to today. So keep us in prayers, guys. This weather is no joke. And like I was mentioning to you guys, most of the time when it rains here in Hawaii in certain areas, it floods. It floods. So if you are in the gig economy and you're working the gig economy, you may have to shut down and reroute yourself to a different app. So when it's raining here, I don't do DoorDash at all, because people is too disrespectful. They're going to tip you $1. No, I'm not doing it. So I do not do DoorDash when it rains, because it's too much work. Sometimes you got to get out of the car, park all the way in the parking garage, drive, walk all the way up on the whatever building that you have to be on, getting all wet, and it's just too mucky for me. And I'm like, it's not worth it. However, though, when it is raining, depending on the location that I have to drop off, I will do a little bit of Walmart Spark, and then I will go and I'll do mainly my Drive app. The only disadvantage with doing Drive app when the weather is bad is that I don't like all that mess in the back of my car. Like, people will come in with mud. I'll be like, okay, we got to put a little plastic bag down there. There's other people that's going to come after you. You can't just leave my car all junky. So I really speak to my people like that. Otherwise, they'll have to catch another lift because I can cancel. That type of stuff is what it is that you will become more vocal with whenever you have to deal with individuals, like, on a Lyft ride. Because sometimes you just got to tell people, like, no. The other day I had a lady coming in to my car. They were on the beach. I was like, oh, I hate these beach pickups, because most of the time when you do beach pickup, people come in with sand. Not everybody mentally know that they got to shake off or wash off all the sand. They can't bring that in your car. The lady then brought her little flippers that she had on, all full of what do you call that now? All full of sand, and it was a fine little sand. It wasn't even that little thick sand. It was the fine sand. And I said, ma'am, you're gonna have to go over there and wash that off. You're not gonna bring that in my car. And she was a little bit upset with me at the first. Her face, she changed color. Okay, she went from a nice little, whatever, to a straight tan. She was lit. But at the end of the day, she had two choices. She could have either go rinse off all that sand off of her stuff. I don't care if she's here as a tourist, but my car pick up people after her, and I don't get a chance all the time to just pull over and clean out all the mess. So she did it, and afterwards she calmed down. But I was like, we could always call you another Uber ride. Yes, I do rub it in sometimes, because sometimes they get on my nerves. You should know better. If I'm going to use your car to go from point A to point B, regardless if I'm even paying you or not, I got to respect your car. You don't come in people's stuff and just destroy it because you didn't put $1 into it. Like, hello, I need you to help me take care of this ride, because this ride is taking you from here to there, even if you're paying for it. Okay, so yeah, that goes right or left sometimes. Sometimes people like it, and sometimes people don't like it. People be upset about it. Sometimes they'll just catch another ride. I haven't had none that caught another ride with me, because they're always in a desperate position most of the time, and I'm really cool most of the time. But if I have to tell you, like, go rinse off that sand off of your stuff, then that's me trying to tell you, like, listen, I can hit cancel real quick, but most of the time I'll just go ahead and I'll do it. Or if I get a bad ride, because I already know me, they say know thyself, I will just turn off and I just go and I would just go and use another app for a few, probably an hour or two, and then come back to it. The reason you do that is so that way you can calm yourself down. And then probably when you turn back onto that Drive app, you could find different personalities, probably different point of views or different scenarios, individuals, because not every ride is going to be the same. Every ride is going to be different. You're going to have people that straight zero talking, barely want to say hello to you. You're going to have people that's going to talk you from point A to point B and nonstop, by the way. Or you're going to have people that want to talk at the beginning and then they put their headphones on because they don't want to be bothered. You have a little bit of everything when it comes to this gig economy. So you got to know yourself and you got to know the individual. The rain already started, by the way, but I have one drop. I'm going to go and I'm going to pick this drop up and then I'm going to come back, and I think I'm going to call it quits for today. I'm not going to be out here in this rain getting lowball orders, especially on DoorDash for today. I'm going to just do another app and a bitty good eve. You'll know how that go. But yes, guys, make sure that you guys are getting your health check, your yearly health check especially, and do all that needs to be done. Make sure, as for the ladies, I'm going to name a few of them, your mammograms, you have your paps, you have, check your eyes, you got to check your teeth, get to the dentist, guys. Make sure you're getting to the dentist, and sometimes, we may have other scenarios. Some people have like choline situation. They may need to check that. They may need to check their urine to make sure that they're good to go. Do not only those major checkups, but also do the little smaller one, like your blood. Check your blood, guys. Do a general, because you never know what's going on. You may need a little bit of iron. You're feeling tired. You're feeling a little wimpish sometime, nauseated. You may need just iron. You may need to eat a little bit more liver, or eat something that's going to help, or spinach, to build up the iron within you. Figure out what it is that your body needs, but don't wait 5 and 10 years. Somebody, the other day we were just chit-chatting and somebody comment and be like they knew somebody that haven't gone to the dentist for the last 30 years, and I was like, oh my god, they still have teeth. Like 30 years you didn't check because you're scared of the little zzz sound, like hello. I was like, you need to tell that person they needed to go to the dentist yesterday. Don't wait too long to get to the dentist, especially y'all single ladies and single males out there. You want to be talking to somebody. The mint don't cover it all the time. Sometimes you need something a little deeper than the mint. You may need to get a nice little flossing up in there. Do something so that it can get you that second individual, that little partner. If you don't have a partner, even if you have a partner, make sure you keeping yourselves all tidy and groomed. You still got to take care of yourself. Even when you're married, you got to take care of yourself. Sometimes you got to just make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Otherwise, if you're married long enough, they'll tell you. They'll be like, hey, did you XYZ? I'm just saying, you guys, we got to make sure that we put in effort and time into taking care of ourselves. For the guys, make sure that you all are coughing. And making sure that everything is good to go, because nobody want to have no prostrate situation. Get your prostrate exams going, get your colon exams going. What else do guys check? The liver, for those that had bad habits growing up, and you probably had a little bit too much alcohol, you may need to check your liver. You may need to check a kidney here or there. Do your testing. Still, get your blood testing. You just never know what can go wrong, and you prefer to be ahead of it instead of that ahead of you. Nobody want to be at stage 4 just looking around right and left and just praying to God like, please Lord, give me one more day, give me one more day. You want to be able to make sure at least you're taking care of this body that's dying daily. Just how we age on a yearly basis, our body is dying daily. So you imagine how old you are when you hit 30, your body's probably already or already how many years old? 30 years old, or probably more. Yeah, 30 years old. So it's decaying as well as you age. So make sure that everything you're taking care of. Sometimes when you're younger, people that used to run track, I used to like running back in the day. Okay, I used to do. I'm not a fast runner. I used to do marathons, like long distance. So I hurt my ankle. That was my first injury, and that I had to slow down for a whole nearly 2 years. I was not able to run. I could barely walk. Okay, when you hurt your ankle, I think it's no part of your body that you get hurt that you would say, I'm so glad it was this position and not the other position. Every part of your body that you injured, that was the worst position ever. Okay, so that's what happened to me at the end of the day. So I was not able to continue running, and you all know what happens when you stop doing what you're constantly doing. You just start to go up and start to inflate. Okay, I just started to inflate. That was the first encounter with the weight gain, because running does help your cardio, it helps your carbs, but it's not your carbs, it helps your heart, and it also makes sure to help you be able to build stamina. Okay, so when you're running and getting your body all going together, that's a good thing to do. On another note, I went and did my nutrition checkup today, so I'm down another 3 pounds. Yes, girl, she'd have lost another 3 pounds today, and I was excited. I thought I didn't lose nothing, because I felt like I was eating more last month than I was the month before, but she said, you're consistent, you're doing good, you're doing good. It's 3 pounds. We want to keep the weight off slowly but surely, and I just want you to know that you're doing an amazing job. And when she gassed me up so good, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I lost 3 pounds. Here I am thinking that I was like, here I am thinking that I was like gaining about 3 pounds. She said, no, you lost 3 pounds. So consistency is key. Yes, I may not have hit all of my 10,000 steps last week and the week before that. However, though, last week I hit 2 days of 10,000 steps, and I got to like 8,000 and 9,000 steps. And yes, I know I could have pushed myself to do the extra 1,000, but I didn't. Life be life, and y'all know all that went on last week with me and the week before that. And then this week, guys, I was to the point where I said, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and take it one day at a time. Just stay consistent. So 3 days out of the week, maybe 4 days, I'm doing strength training and cardio, and after that I'm letting my body recover. I'm not at the age where I can just go ping 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 ping. Okay, we our muscles need some time to get it together, and that's what's happening. My muscle needs time to get it together, and that's what Paulette's been doing. But with that, guys, I think I updated you guys from Monday to now what's going on, and I just want to make sure that I share that with you guys. So don't get weary while doing. That's definitely key, because when you think you're not doing good, that's when everything activates. Okay, and like I say, with all that went on last week and the week before that, and I thought things was just going downhill, but I lost 3 pounds, so that's something for me to be happy about. So thank you, guys. Oh yes, thank you. I appreciate you. At least you're doing something, sis. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Sister April. I am working on being consistent more, and not skipping those strength training, because as you get older, you need to keep training your muscles so that way you're burning throughout the day. So today I did a little bit of body pump, and getting the little muscle. You see a little something, it's something coming out there. Okay, I'm getting something. I don't have a whole little thing, but it's making form. Okay, I just hope I can make this part get a nice little form. I think I'm gonna go to a bodybuilder and have them shape my arms. I always wanted that little cuff, but I never could get it. These ham hocks is hard to deal with. But anyway, we're going to be working on it, because she's losing, and hopefully you guys are focused on losing as well, or moving from point A to point B instead of moving from the sofa to the refrigerator. We don't want that one, okay? We want to be able to move consistently for at least 30 to 45 minutes so you can get your body moving, sweating, and, getting that little back fat burnt. Okay, we got to get the back fat burnt. All right, guys, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for joining Life of Paulette, today's update. I just wanted to give you little quick ones, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, babies. I'm Biddy Good Eves to you, too. Deuces.